Guys, it has been a very hot minute since I picked up this camera. I don't even think I've posted for a good month, maybe, on my YouTube channel. There has been a lot going on. So I'm just going to kind of fill you in on what is going on. So if you watched my very, very first video where I talked about my breast cancer diagnosis, I also stated in that video that before I found out I had breast cancer, I was told I had a growth in my stomach. And we wasn't really sure what that growth was. So they did some investigating. I had a camera put down my throat, not once, but twice. Second time, I was sedated because the first time was bloody painful. And I don't think he could see it, but he couldn't see it as well. So they sent me to, was it Royal London? The one up in Whitechapel, and I was sedated and had another camera so that they could take a biopsy, take some cells, and determine if it was benign or malignant. And it came back as benign. So it came back as a leiomyoma, I think they call it, which is like a cluster of cells that have just grown in a particular part of your body. So because the breast cancer was, as for them, more of a priority, they focused on the treatment for that. However, towards the end of, was it end or beginning of this year? It might have been beginning of this year actually. I started to get these random pains in either my left side or my right side, and it would feel like I was sucker punched. I don't know if I've said anything. I might have said it in one of my previous vlogs. Felt like I was being sucker punched in the stomach. And it would wind me and I would double over in pain. And I was like, I don't know what this is, but this is not a nice feeling and I don't like it. Anyway, because I was having some strange symptoms, my oncologist decided to send me for another CT scan, this time of my chest, abdomen and pelvis area, just to make sure there was nothing untoward. I'm just going to do this because I'm on a shaky tripod at the moment. Let me see if I can find something that's a little bit more sturdy, because that ain't it. Have I got anything? I've moved my desk around, so where I used to prop you, I can't prop you right now. Anyway, I think it's not shaking. If I don't shake the table, it's fine. Anyway, she sent me for the CT scan, and me being me was just like, oh, if there's any issues, they'll call me. Why did I say that to myself? Because there was an issue. It has now appeared that the growth that is in my stomach has now grown. And it's gone from, I believe, just under 5 centimeters, 5 point something centimeters to 6.5 centimeters. It's grown 0.7 millimeters in a matter of months, because prior to this scan in May, did I have it in May? I think I had it in May. I think I had the scan in May. Prior to that scan in May, I had a scan in November, December of last year, and it hadn't grown much from the year previously. So they were quite happy with that. And my oncologist was trying to nudge them to say, look, she's coming to the end of her treatment. You guys, you've booked this CT scan, but you need to have a conversation with her about what your plans are, blah, 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 blah. However, once she sent me for this other CT scan, it triggered the gastro team, and my case was sent to the MDT for the gastro team to discuss what is currently happening. The day after that meeting that they had, I got a phone call to say the surgeon consultant needs to see you ASAP about the growth of your stomach. We need to remove it as soon as possible because it has grown. So I'm like, oh, okay. He was trying to get me in on Friday. He couldn't get me on the Friday. Bear in mind, that was a Thursday. So I knew it was something serious. For them to try and get me in to see the consultant on the Friday, I knew it wasn't a joke. They booked an appointment for the following Monday, and I went in to have a conversation with him. It was in this meeting that I was told that due to the placement of the growth, that there's a chance that they can remove it and I will be left with a wider esophagus, which will cause me a little bit of discomfort because I will probably have very bad acid reflux, which I suppose could be managed based on medication, antacids and stuff like that, and obviously diet and all the rest of it. Sorry, I'm watching two little magpies just play around outside on the neighbor across the road roof. So they're just mad playful with each other. It's quite interesting to watch. But anyway, sidebar, let's get back to the story. The other reason why they needed to see me was that if they cannot remove it based on where it is, then I may need to have my entire stomach removed. Now, as you can imagine, I just kind of lost it. Here I was, got to the end of my treatment, waiting for that conversation with my oncologist to say all my scans have come back clear and all the rest of it. And now before I could even get to that moment, I'm now being faced with something else. He did say he felt he was 10%, as in 90% sure he can remove it. There's a 10% chance that he might not. And he has to obviously give me those chances because once I'm in surgery, he won't be able to wake my ass up and ask me. So he needs to kind of let me know that from the get-go. So yeah, that is where we are. Now, because of the growth, because it has grown to a certain size, I can no longer have keyhole surgery. I now have to have open surgery. And I'm not somebody who likes hospitals, but we got to do what we got to do. As you can tell, you can probably tell from my demeanor, I am very anxious, nervous. It is due to happen. Today is the 26th of June and it is due to happen on the 1st of July. So we ain't got a lot of days. So I thought I better come and do this update because the next few videos that you're going to see on this channel once I get myself back on my feet and I'm able to edit is going to be of my recovery from this surgery. I'm finding it hard, and I think this is why you haven't seen me. I haven't been able to film because I have struggled with this whole process. And the reason why I've struggled is because I was told this, obviously this is not the outcome that I was expecting. And then a week later I was told, your cancer's in remission. So as much as I can celebrate that, I felt like I've got over one hurdle, which is amazing, which is great. And I'm very, very thankful. And I affirmed it. I said to everyone, I'm going to be cancer free. I am going to affirm it. I will be cancer free. And I am. But it felt like bittersweet because on one hand, I'm being told I'm cancer free. And on the other hand, I'm told I'm going into surgery. I don't really know what the outcome's going to be. And I could wake up and very well not have my stomach, which is a whole adjustment. And I'm not going to go into that in this video. I will go into it in a later video, but that's going to be a whole adjustment for the rest of my life. And as you can see, I'm getting emotional because it's a lot. It's a lot to take on. But I've been very positive. I've tried to stay very positive about it. I've tried to affirm and be like, this surgeon's going to do amazing. He's going to be able to remove it. Maybe the pictures have got it slightly wrong. Maybe the pictures are not off the best angle and he can work his magic and, we can, have a lesser recovery time. Because if I have the growth removed, I will be in for maybe some days until I can kind of eat, not solids, but eat better, eat properly. I don't know if that's the right term, but I will be in for some days. If I have my stomach, that is maybe 2 weeks. So yeah. And what makes it even worse, well, not worse, what makes it even a weird time is that the same day I'm having my surgery is the same day that Kyron is due to fly out to holiday with his friends for a week. I don't know if you lot can hear that, but that is somebody's car outside. I'm 2 floors up. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, I just thought I would come in and do an update before you saw me start posting again and think what the hell has happened. So the title of this video, obviously, my cancer's in remission. My scans came back all clear. I'm excited because that part of my life I can get on. But I also have now this to deal with. I suppose the bonus is I haven't got this and still issues, like, or the cancer's still there, or they've found something or whatever. So in that way, I'm very, very grateful. It also means that my other breast surgery has now been moved and it's looking like it's going to be in 2026. So this is where we are. And I know I'm laughing, but I am trying to keep myself in good spirits. Tomorrow, me and Kai are going to go and shopping for a few of his bits. And then Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, I will be in my house getting ready, getting his bags and himself ready for holiday, and just mentally preparing and staying away from catching anything before I go under anesthetic on Tuesday. My admission time is 7 in the morning. It's very, very early. I'm assuming my surgery will be a morning surgery. Hoping, my mum's thinking maybe I'll go down for maybe 9:30 or even 10. She's hoping she can come back home and just check that Kyron has left and got everything he needed and hasn't forgot anything behind. And then obviously once I'm in recovery, I'm assuming she will then at some point come back to the hospital. I don't know if they will give her a call. They probably might do, to let her know. I don't know. Might need to speak to one of the nurses to see if they can give her a ring. Rather than her sit at the hospital, she could be at the house and watch TV and what have you, rather than be stuck at the hospital twiddling their thumbs. But yeah. So as much as this update is a great update, yeah, it's a tough one at the same time. And I haven't really told many people. So by the time this video goes live, I would have been through my surgery and, all of that stuff. I didn't really want to tell anyone because I'm very, very, I feel like this was a different outcome. I didn't really know the outcome of this. And I still don't know the outcome at this moment in time. And I didn't need to tell people and have people worrying and putting that worry into the air, into the energy, into my space. So I think for me, I told who I needed to tell. And everyone I've told has kept me lifted in prayer and has prayed for the best outcome for me. So yeah, this is where I've been. This is why I've been MIA. And people's probably wondering, I said I was waiting for my scans to come back. My scans must have come back. And obviously the silence makes it seem as if maybe it hasn't come back all clear. But no, we thank God. We praise God that I was able to do this and get through this, which was a tough journey. And now I've got another journey to face. And all praises to God, I will get through this. And I will be smiling and be grateful for life still at the end of it, even if things are a little bit difficult. If you guys know me, people who know me personally know that I will always keep fighting. I will keep finding to enjoy my life while I'm here and to enjoy and have happiness and have peace. And yeah, I understand every day I open my eyes, I'm very fortunate, I'm very lucky. So life may not be necessarily what I would like it to be, but I'm here and I'm smiling and I'm breathing. So I'm very, very grateful. So I'm going to end this video here. And yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Till later. Bye.